Hello YouTube, hello, and welcome to another round of Tough Time Trials. We're going to be talking about another Samsung device, the Gear Fit 2. Now, I have personally had the Gear Fit 1, the Gear 2, and now this one. So this is my third Samsung watch. And I have to say, they've come a long way from what they were. It feels a lot less cheap. The plastic around the edge doesn't have the shiny stuff that would peel off, and the band just feels a little bit better. It, again, like the original Fit, has the curved screen. Again, it's with the rubber band. One of the interesting things to note, it no longer has a cradle that attaches to it. It now sits on a cradle, not unlike the Moto 360's wireless charging thing, except this one does not wirelessly charge. So it sits on the thing and charges via a connector, but it's different. It doesn't have the snap-on sort of plasticky bit, so that's an improvement. The heart sensor has also been updated. It's a little bit more clean, a little bit neater, probably significantly more accurate. Those were notoriously incorrect. This is, of course, the Gear Fit 2 Small. There are two sizes, the small one and the large one. This is the small one. You might wonder why I got this one. Simply, I got it from my wife, because she has small wrists and wanted a small watch, but still a smartwatch. We've had this one for about, I want to say, 5 months. And really, there is no obvious damage. Like, none. I mean, a few small screen scratches. The band still feels kind of fresh. It looks nice. It is IP67 waterproof, so you could shower with it. I wouldn't recommend it. That's usually when my wife charges it, because it only takes about 20-30 minutes for a full charge. And the battery will last for about 3 days. So the battery life is really kind of nice, and it charges really quickly. On many of the older watches, recording your sleep was sort of something you would opt into. You could say, okay, record my sleep. You can't choose to do it on this one, it just does it automatically. I don't know how it knows when you're sleeping. I guess it's just cleverer that way. It detects if you're wearing it or not, number one, and that will activate certain features. It automatically tracks your calories, your steps, all that sort of thing. This is really a fitness-oriented watch, hence Gear Fit. They've changed the interface, they've made it a lot less customizable in my opinion, which for me is sad, because one of the things I loved about the old one was that you could either orient the screen this direction or this direction, and that is no longer an option. It is always oriented this way. But let's see how the interface works. So here's the watch. If you notice, it has the time up here, rather small. It has the number of flights of stairs you've gone up on top, your step count, and then your total calories burned there in the next line. And unfortunately, all of the watch faces that you can choose from have this same sort of design, right? Where you can't see one that does not contain some amount of fitness information. It's fairly easy to change watch faces. It's just like on Android Wear. You press and hold, and then you swipe left or right to choose the style you would like. If you would like to see lots of information, this is kind of the default one. You can also change the color and whatnot. It's got a swipe down menu where you can alter the brightness, which pulls up another menu, turn on outdoor mode, or go down. Anyway, but then there's no way to go back in hardware. So this top button here, this is the back button, and that will take you to the page you were previously. Or you can press this bottom button when you're on a separate screen to just go home. So both buttons will actually do the same thing in this case. Kind of an oversight on their part, I guess, when one button would have worked. This is blocking mode. This is obviously music player, so you can make your phone play music. This is the battery indicator. Right now we're disconnected, as you can see, from my phone because I didn't want to have it alert stuff. Navigating the actual thing itself. Here are all of the notifications, right? So sleep records, floor targets, so how many stairs you've gone up, step targets, all that. Apparently I've earned the step goal for today. Okay, anyway. So again, the back button is the top one. It will take you to the previous page, whereas the bottom button here will take you to the home screen. The other things that you can have kind of on your home display, you swipe over, you can customize all these as well. All the pages you have, these are all the pages that I have set up right now. You can add more caffeine intake, or like a comparison between somebody else who has a Samsung watch. I want to go back. But these are all the pages you can have set up. And like you can measure your steps that you've done, or sorry, this is the lunge counter. It's got a lunge application. You can measure your steps, you can measure your floors, heart rate, glasses of water. So let's say I've had 3, and again, so this is fairly customizable, but again, you're limited to those several things. You can change the order, you can change which ones show up. Like let's say I don't want to see the lunge counter anymore. That means I just hid that. So, but you're limited to those specific display screens. If you hit this bottom button from the home screen, it actually pulls up a separate menu. This is kind of your app launcher. What you will notice is that a lot of these are actually the same things as you find here in these pages. So you can access this information, again, twice. Settings, there aren't very many settings you can deal with. You have display settings. You can have an always on watch face or not. You can have notifications or not. You can have timeout and font. So that's basically how the interface works. A couple of other things about this watch. It has GPS abilities. So if you don't want to take your phone with you, you can rely on your watch to track where you've gone around, and once you connect back with your phone, your watch will pair with your phone and tell S Health, the default Samsung fitness tracker, where you went and what you did. So that way you can access it on your phone. One of the interesting things to note about this watch is that it is powered by Tizen, which means you only can get apps on it from the Samsung Galaxy App Store specifically for this watch. But there are a disappointingly few number of apps that you can use. One of the ones that they say works is Spotify, but to use Spotify with your watch, it has to be connected to your phone, even though your headphones will be connected to your watch via Bluetooth. It's a little clunky still. So, they didn't really think that one out. All in all, it's a nice device, it's a durable device, but it's not an overly brilliant device. You're not going to get this to be the most cutting edge of all the tech people. You're going to get it because you just want it to track what you eat, what you drink, where you go, etc. One of the things that I prefer this watch over, say, the Fitbit is the cost. This you can get for about $150 or less, depending on where you look. This has a heart rate monitor, and so if you were to compare it to the Charge HR, which is the one that can measure your heart rate, this is already $20 cheaper, has a screen, a heart rate monitor, and a GPS. So again, like, the Fitbit doesn't even compare to this because this is so much cheaper and better, and honestly a little bit cooler and more unique, because everybody has Fitbits, and that's kind of like the normal thing to do. So why not be cool and unique and get this? This is Tough Time Trial, so obviously I have to address how it stands up to the test of time. And it's 5 months old, and it barely feels used. That's amazing to me. It feels new. I mean, there are a few scratches on the screen, but not really. It uses Gorilla Glass 2, which is the same as the Moto 360, but it's not a flat screen. There only would ever be one point of contact to anything that you would touch, as opposed to a whole flat surface. And it's really stood up well. It really has. I've been very impressed with this. I would say this is definitely a great watch to buy. Go for it. If you're interested in fitness tracking, buy this. Don't buy the Fitbit. Don't buy any other Android Wear products. This is the one for you. If you're looking for a smartwatch, not a fitness tracker, don't get this. This is not a smartwatch. I mean, it is, but it isn't. If you want an application base, if you want the ability to text and call and stuff from your device, get the Samsung Gear S3, get the Huawei watch. If you would be interested in buying this device, and I do recommend you buy it. It's a very good device, and it's been very durable. Please click on the link below. That will help support me make more videos about more technology, so I can test it, so I can actually buy it and use it to its extreme. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are interested in an actual smartwatch, click here. This is my review of the Huawei watch, which is an Android Wear excellent watch. I love it. I wear it every day. So click on that to find out more. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.